evening,
Oh,
everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Trigger. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Furman. Adam, how are you doing this evening?
hey, got a question for you.
Oh, what's that?
Why did Santa cross the road?
Oh, I don't know. Why did
He
Santa?
wanted to go to the Hotel.
I don't get it. Why would Santa?
Yes, you do.
Why would Santa?
Yes, you do.
Why would
I
Santa
will. I
need
will
a
come down the
hotel?
street and I'll get you. You know, you know what I'm talking about.
Santa goes to the hotel. I mean, other than the hotel, starting with the H-O in his stylized laugh.
Well, my night was going good until right now.
I don't know. I don't understand why Santa Claus would ever go to a hotel, except for maybe. I'll throw this out here. We got a little hypothetical scenario for you. Santa has seen something. He'd heard the rumors, Adam. He heard them, but he had not seen the beasts. But as he exited
This has gotten away from me. There's no turning back. There's no.
As he climbs down the chimney, he sees a house in ruins, destroyed. And he's looking around, and he's like, what happened here? And that's when he sees the bodies.
Christmas in Baghdad.
There are bodies everywhere. Santa freaks. He climbs up the chimney, and as he climbs out, he's like, Dasher, Dancer, we gotta get ready. He looks over, and all of the reindeer slaughtered. Blood everywhere. Oh my gosh, what has happened? And that's when they peep their beady masked eyes over the corner of the sleigh. Where did you go? I lost your picture. Was this on purpose? Beady eyes!
And we're back.
Over the corner of the sleigh, and it's one of
God,
them.
no,
One of them. One of the vicious raccoons. Oh, horrible! Santa flees, and there is an old hotel across the street, and he thinks he could take shelter in there. If he's not too late, if he's fast enough, if he can escape those striped predators. Dun, 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 dun. Stripes! Exclamation point. Red slashes across the screen. That's right, folks. Stripes. The film universe where a hyper aggressive breed of raccoons escapes from their breeding facility and wreaks havoc across the face of the earth. Stripes coming to a theater near you.
It's Alien meets Predator meets 28 Days Later meets Sharknado meets.
Yeah, Lake Placid, meets Planet of the Apes.
Yes, the Planet of the Apes was the last one I was thinking.
Meets Gremlins.
8 feet raccoons.
Yeah, in the far future.
Oh man! Imagine a raccoon whipping an ape. Oh, your hands off me, you damn it. Dirty raccoon.
No, Adam. They call them coons.
Oh, okay. Short for raccoon.
Yes. They yell.
Or do they call them stripe?
They yell "coon" at them. chase him around. Adam and I are going to star in the Origination film. It's all
For
set.
the lab scientists who die right away.
Yeah. The real actors are the ones that have to like escape and try to get the word out. No one believes them. Don't be bothering me with this silly lab escape story. We're just raccoons, for God's sake.
Yeah, we're still dealing with coronavirus.
Absolutely.
That's the real pandemic. Dun, 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 dun.
More
Camera
like
pans.
Plandemic.
Oh, we could put that propaganda in our own film.
Yes. Eugene's in the chat. He says that's messed up. He really likes our our potentially wonderful horror film called Stripes, not starring John Candy. Dan Aykroyd. Was Dan Aykroyd in that? I don't think Dan Aykroyd was in that. That was Harold Ramis.
You thinking Ghostbusters?
Harold Ramis and what's his name?
Yes.
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, so good though. I haven't seen Stripes in forever. It's a wonderful show. They have the tactical Winnebago.
Yes.
It's a top secret armored fighting vehicle or whatever.
Yeah. So they're singing Do Diddy, right?
No, that's when they were still in boot camp.
No, that's the movie, though. They're singing that throughout the movie.
No, they sing it as like a cadence to march to.
Yeah, throughout the entire movie.
I'm gonna turn off my camera here in a second. Oh, this is what we're doing. We're edgelords.
Oh, you like give you the reins there?
We can just turn our cameras on.
And now, did you hear that? Scanner radio.
How dare
Coming to you live.
Oh, I forgot to say that we're coming to you live from the dark alley between the trash cans, between the dumpsters, where they're lurking. Stripes.
Oh no, more plugs.
Scanner radio. Dick's Sporting Goods shoplifters ran out of the store with a cart full and left in a gray car. They're doing smash and grabs San Francisco style at the Dick's Sporting. I had questions.
Yes. Does Dix need some help?
Dick's might need some help. Dick's has been abused.
They're having a hard time.
Dick's is having a real hard time. They've been soft for too long. And crime is taking advantage. But why would you do a smash and grab at Dick's Sporting Goods? Why does Dick's Sporting Goods have carts?
I don't know. They don't even have guns anymore.
They just don't have AR-15s. I think they still have guns.
No. I don't know. I'll visit and see if I can leave with a cart full of gray cars or whatever.
Right. Slip on over to Dick's.
Yeah, I'll slide right on over to Dick's.
Slide on into Dick's. And just check Dick's out.
Yeah, I'll help myself to Dick's.
Yeah, just go in there and peruse.
I'll just go in there and gaze.
Gaze at all the things that Dick's has.
Gaze and gaze at.
Moving on.
What?
Inbox! Coyote spotted between North 12th and 13th and Maple, digging in the trash. Oh, must be hungry.
Well, feed it.
Must be hungry, this coyote. Well, and I don't know, because I saw one, and it was between 12th and 13th Street, and it was like over on Jefferson, so not too far from my house. Wait, what's this? What's this?
There's
Adam,
something in the air. What's
Adam,
this?
they
Oh.
found the coyote. Oh no. Corpse was mangled. Something has, oh God, has eaten it. Oh no. It was,
Get out of here. No, it's not the stupid raccoons.
it was hyper aggressive raccoons. Oh no, this episode of the scanner was occurring in the Stripes universe.
What are you talking about? I don't see anything like that. You're making stuff up. You're unhinged.
Oh, Adam, the humanity. No, but there are random coyotes. They're just roaming.
Yes, I know. We had one in our yard once. I was like, "Oh man, it's so cute. Let's grab it and adopt it as a dog."
Oh,
Had no name tag.
no, that reminds me. There was like a lady sent like a picture of a coyote to her husband. She's like, "Oh, I found this dog injured on the side of the road," but she knew, and she didn't really do this, so she was just pranking him. Like, "Oh, I found this injured dog on the side of the road, so I picked it up. I think I'm going to take it home to take care of it." And he texts her back. He's like, "That is not a dog. That is a coyote. Get it out of the car." No. He's very sweet. And she like kept playing it out.
Are they safer than pit bulls? That's the question.
Probably not. I'd say they're a wild animal.
No, they are probably safer than pit bulls.
I know pit bulls are probably much larger than a coyote. Coyote.
Excuse me, I've got an ailment.
Did you get it from being in close proximity to a raccoon breeding facility?
No.
Well,
No,
then
I've
that's
never
not.
heard of that in my life.
That's,
Never heard of a raccoon breeding facility in my life.
that's not within the narrative of
No.
the show tonight.
Oh, that sounds like a Resident Evil ripoff. Raccoon City. Oh my gosh. There you go. There's going to be a whole Raccoon City.
Well, it could be. Could
What
be.
does it say? Coyote Spot. Oh, you already did this one.
Yes. Ah, right. December 1, 5:37 p.m. Huck Finn Shopping Center, Hannibal, Missouri. Vehicle burning in the parking lot.
Man, these Missouri folks have... It's just wild out there.
That's what I said. This is just to remind everyone that Missouri is actually a post-apocalyptic hellscape. You don't go over there. Just on the other side of the river. You can see the fires burning because the raccoons have already conquered that side.
Okay, what's the next one?
That's right. This story from the scanner also occurred within the Stripes universe
Oh
the
my
whole time.
Making inside jokes with yourself.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is not an inside joke. Everybody's keeping up so far. There is a show that's going to be made one day. It's about a horror movie with raccoons wherein they get out and they attack people.
I think our last episode we talked about the show that was going to be made someday that was about Granny on Ice.
Oh, that's going to be made someday too. But it might be funded with our Stripes money because this is genius. And it's just going to take off. It'll be like a Halloween classic played every year.
It would definitely, if we use taxidermists, be great. Is there raccoon hunting?
Yes.
There's got to be.
Yeah, there is. And sometimes you need to hunt them because sometimes they're out of control. Boop, 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 boop,
Oh,
boop, boop.
jeez.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Mom pulls vicious raccoon off a daughter's leg in a heroic act. Caught on camera. Doop, boop, boop, boop,
That's a
boop.
red pant.
The raccoons have already begun attacking. Oh, look at that ravenous creature. Rip the flesh off your very bones. Those beady eyes staring out of that black mask. Opposable thumbs. Ingenious, even. Dexterous. Hyper intelligent. Out for blood. Stripes. Slash. Anyway, I don't know anything about this other than I searched vicious raccoons on Twitter to see what would come up. And I'm not sure anything about this, but it's like some climate solutions thing, and somehow this vicious raccoon attack is related to climate crisis.
Fake.
Yeah. Probably fake. Probably fake. But that, as far as you know, notwithstanding any twist endings for the rest of the show, we'll round out our Stripes coverage for the evening. But you never know, Adam. You never know, because in the darkness, behind any corner, behind that garbage bin, there could be lurking Stripes. But for now, we're safe. Or are we? Question mark. Adam, breaking news. Breaking news. Yes, it's coming in over the wires right now. Brittany Griner has been released from Russian custody. Prisoner exchange. We got her back, everyone. Brittany Griner is safe back in America and, hardly had to give up anything to get her. Hardly anything at all. I'm so glad that we got back that professional female basketball player, Brittany Griner. Such a strategic win over our enemies in Russia. Hold on, I'm getting something. Here. There was an exchange of prisoners, Adam. An exchange of prisoners, and let me look.
We had another female basketball player, Russia, right?
Let me look here in my notes.
You have notes.
It's the guy that was exchanged is known colloquially as the Merchant of Death. Apparently, he was serving a 20-year prison sentence in America for terrorism, and he is notorious arms dealer Victor Bout. Notorious arms dealer Victor Bout, whom Nick Cage starred as in the film Lord of War. Yes, that's correct. We exchanged Victor Bout, nefarious arms dealer, merchant of death, terrorist armor, who was serving a 20-year sentence for his crimes, for Brittany Griner, who if my notes are to be believed, was arrested on trumped-up charges of having weed in Russia.
What a joke.
Back home in Russia, Victor Bout has wasted no time in making clear his support for the invasion of Ukraine. Oh, sweet. He's an excellent propaganda victory for Russia as well in this time of war and heightened tensions between the West and the Russians. Oh, excellent.
Oh,
Oilfield says, bruh, he kinda looks like he could be Nicolas Cage in a little makeup, and that is true. Victor Bout here.
2014 году, понимаешь, тот же Харри.
Nick Cage look-alike.
yeah, wasn't he like arrested? When he was arrested, he was like 100 pounds heavier or something.
Likely so. He's been in prison for some time, a number of years.
And I don't know.
Oh. So, I mean, that's a wonderful victory for the United States. Good thing we got Brittany Griner back.
Now, wasn't she whining about how the United States is a terrible place to be and how oppressive it is to be?
No. Propaganda victory. We win. America. America! Yeah.
There will be no Iranian hostage situation under my watch.
Maybe not. Did we
Hey,
talk?
what happened to those what happened to those American citizens and the
Who? What are you talking about?
Afghani?
Well, funny enough, Adam. Funny enough, I did hear some news on that actually. So there was a covert operation. It was the last chopper out of Afghanistan, but the airport had already fallen to the Taliban. So they needed to arrange for pickup in a remote location away from the city at night. And as they were moving through the darkness in the desert toward the pickups,
No, I know where this is going. Shut up.
they heard sounds. They heard sounds in the darkness. And that's when the first one was picked off. Nothing but blood and gore splattered everywhere. And it was the raccoons. They struck when least expected in a harrowing journey. Only half of them made it out because of stripes.
Stripe 6, last chopper out of Saigon. I mean,
starring Nick
Kabul.
Cage. It was in the Stripes universe the whole time.
You're having too much fun with this.
In other news, Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX exchange has collapsed into bankruptcy, and the people that have been put in charge of the bankruptcy administration were testifying in Congress. Oh, and what a show it was. The Congress people obviously had hard-hitting and well-educated questions and views on the topic to try to elicit what exactly happened here. As you may know, Congressman Pearl Mutter, very distinguished congressman, had lots of great questions for Mr. Ray, who was answering questions on the FTX implosion, if you will. And he had this to say. He asked, how old are you? You seem a little bit old to be dealing with this FTX crypto stuff. Is that a permitted question? Asked the witness. To which Perlmutter went on to ask, I have a doggy coin. Is that how you say it? How do you say it? Doggy? Doge? Oh, okay, well, Doge was worth $1,000, let's say, last year. Now it's what? How do I get my money back? Hard-hitting, well-informed questions. But
I hate it.
the bar is high for being a member of Congress. You have to, like, get elected or whatever, bro.
Yeah, it's
but there was some interesting facts relayed between the absolutely absurd behavior of elected representatives to the People's Chamber of Congress. For example, apparently Sam Bankman-Fried was writing checks for loans approved by himself to himself out of the company. There was no controls in place for cash handling or approvals for distributions or uses of corporate funds. And he basically treated the company as his own bank account for however long it was open. Classic embezzlement schemes. And no one bothered to look under the hood for the years when they were making billions of dollars off of the crypto speculation and bubble because, well, this roller coaster is going to last forever. And it never ends. It never ends, Adam. I don't want you to look at me like that. Quit looking at me like that. The ride.
like 3 years, baby.
Never
Not even,
ends.
like 2 years.
Less than 2 years, I'd say. But yeah, completely outrageous. If you've been following it at all, the billions of dollars just vanished overnight.
Into politicians.
Well, that's the weird thing too, because Sam Bankman-Fried has been arrested on charges ranging from like securities charges to campaign finance violations. He's currently in a Bahamian prison awaiting extradition. Bail has been denied. Execution? I don't know. I think from the news I heard he was feeling very sad and down. I wouldn't be surprised.
Very depressed.
Wouldn't be surprised if he just went ahead and took his own life. Shockingly. Despite the
end result of crypto founders.
no, it's not like billionaire crypto bros are just turning up dead left and right down in the Caribbean. Very interesting.
That is interesting.
I don't know, Adam. I don't know. I mean, imagine that situation. They're probably going to keep a close eye on him, so I'm sure he'll be safe in a jail under suicide watch. You know, maybe they even have like a camera on his cell to make sure that he's not done any self-harm to himself. What's this? I hear... Oh, no, the cameras have gone down. The cameras have gone down. I'm refreshing.
Stop.
Refreshing the cameras. That reminds me.
No raccoons. No raccoons are in the cell.
Oh, wait, Adam, that's a good idea for a film. They're in a prison, right? And they're trapped in their cells. The raccoons have taken out the administration, and they're trapped in there, and they're starving. Oh, through a harrowing thing, they managed to escape from their cells, only to then be pursued by the raccoons.
It's like Prison Break meets Alien meets Predator meets Planet of the Apes.
Meets 28 Days Later.
Ridiculous.
You remember that guy? What was his name? He definitely killed himself in his jail cell while the security camera watching it was malfunctioning for no reason, and both guards that were
John McAfee.
McAfee. Oh, that's right. Did you know that John McAfee had sexual relations with a whale?
You told me that already. You keep bringing it up. That's a weird thing to do, bro.
Yeah, super strange. Who'd want to do anything like that? Who'd ever want to imagine what it would be like to enter the velvety embrace of a giant whale?
Yeah. Is that the guy you were talking about?
No, I was talking about Jeff Epstein, who was running
another person.
Child prostitution, human trafficking ring with many famous Johns, none of which have ever been disclosed or brought to justice, even after the prosecution of his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell. I just thought I'd mention that real quick because I didn't want the Sam Bankman-Fried situation, that it has some parallels to that situation, to reach a comparison to that completely different situations. Jeff Epstein clearly committed suicide. No one, credibly provided any uncontroverted evidence that he hadn't. So he did.
Please stop asking.
If you don't stop asking, the FBI is going to flag your 3-follower account on Twitter and have you banned.
You know damn well that those guards fell asleep and the cameras went off because they fell asleep and they didn't fix it.
Yeah. What are you guys talking about?
Stop asking questions, you dirty conspiracy theorist.
You guys make me sick.
And yes, also those guards felt guilty and they also took their own life.
I hope the FBI finds your 4-follower Instagram account and has you banned off that platform. Oh, you sicken me. You sicken me. You sicken me as much as people... As much as people who think that the race of a shop owner doesn't matter. People who think that you should be colorblind. This makes me gross. It's gross. It makes me feel bad. You need to know what the race of the shop owners are. You need to know what race of establishment you're entering before you enter into it. So you know how to appropriately shop. Which is why Google has launched a new campaign called Buy Black. And I 100% support this. It encourages people to shop based on the race of the store owner.
We've been down this road before.
So stores in search and map results will be given icons indicating the race of the owner to make it easier to buy black. That's right. We're going to put a badge onto stores based on the racial makeup of the store owner. I don't know what race badge you put on Walmart stores, though, in this scenario. Because it's, owned by millions of people. Is it going to be like a veteran-owned business or something? Where you have to have, 25% of the ownership is held by Taiwanese or whatever. How's it gonna work?
25% of ownership of Taiwanese, and then it's a veteran business. What are you talking about?
No, does it work like that? Where it's you have to tell Google now. It's yeah, we're owned by Southeast Asian owners. We're a Southeast Asian business.
No. They didn't say anything about Southeast Asian.
Yes, I'm assuming there's going to be different badges based on the 5 American races.
No, it looks like it just says one.
You're going to have blacks. You're going to have whites. You're going to have Asian Pacific Islanders. You're going to have Hispanics, even though they could be white Hispanics or black Hispanics or Asian Hispanics or whatever. But, we don't need to get into those nuances unless we're trying to contrast them with blacks, and then we need to make those distinctions paramount. And subcontinentals. Subcontinentals get forgotten about. They try to lump them in with Asians. That doesn't really work. They're not like, they don't look Chinese or whatever. And, so that doesn't really count. Strike that one. 5 is Middle Eastern.
Oh. Well,
and you'll get
it
one
doesn't
of
say
those.
any of that stuff.
You'll get one of those badges. They'll have little caricatures of those races, and it'll appear.
Yeah, they'll have like emojis or whatever.
Yeah, like little emojis, and it'll be like the Chinese guy with the long braid and the buck teeth next to East Asian owned businesses.
No.
There'll be a sleepy guy in the sombrero for the Hispanics. The white guy is blonde and he's wearing a brown shirt with a red armband. Black guy, afro. Adam, if we're dealing in caricatures. Anyway, but the main takeaway here is that Google is trying to bring back segregation, but it's cool because it's reverse segregation.
It's the old but new again.
I don't know. We talked about this before. I don't really get a lot of the race stuff. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You know what I'm saying, Adam? It's like when you're in a small and diverse cast of individuals in a situation confronted by a menacing horde of raccoons.
Oh, jeez.
You all bleed the same color. It's all red when they bite your neck. Stripe slash. Well, that's not been the only thing that's been happening. I mean, we're currently wading through the flotsam that is the FTX collapse and everything else. Dealing with current race politics in 2022. And the Twitter files have been released. Dun, dun, da, da, da. A new installment just came out this very day. Part 6 of the Twitter files. The FBI subsidiary. So,
I don't think you've covered a single Twitter files on here.
We have not, because I think they've all come out since the last. We've had a couple weeks off. Things are happening. Don't worry about it.
Don't ask questions.
Don't ask why our episodes have been delayed, because I'll have to spin you a yarn, mayhaps involving masked creatures in the night.
Oh.
But Elon Musk said that when he took over, he was going to air the dirty laundry of Twitter, since he has access to all of their juice. I think what we did talk about last time was how I thought that it was probably a bad idea, especially to the extent that any of the information revealed could be used in lawsuits against Twitter.com.
Yeah, I've never seen. I have not seen that as part of the conversation.
He's subjecting his company, which he's leveraged to the gills over, to a lot of liability by airing this stuff out. And I think that he's just gambling on, like tried to talk about before, he's trying to draw a distinction between the day when he took over and Twitter before that time. But
Right.
as you know, Adam, it's literally the same company. He just purchased the stock. So if the corporation, Twitter, is liable for any of these acts within the last statute of limitations period, or any claims, perhaps, I don't know, maybe you could say that Twitter wasn't following its terms of service and it terminated me, and it was in breach of contract for my use of Twitter.com, and I'm some sort of large content creator, and it cost me some hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue because I couldn't promote myself.
Right.
You could probably sue Twitter.com and get your money. They would be fools not to settle with the last 6 episodes of the Twitter Files showing how Twitter bends over backwards to violate their own rules to suspend people based on the machinations of political actors and law enforcement individuals. This installment was specifically about the FBI. They talked about the reasons behind or the justifications for banning Trump in the last few episodes and other sorts of things that were going on. But this one is specifically about the FBI, who hired 80 new agents, and basically these 80 agents, their only job was to peruse Twitter and find people who were engaging in misinformation, flagging those accounts, and then using their connections to the Twitter trust and safety staff, have these accounts banned and suspended off of Twitter. So, for example, they had regular meetings with Yoel Roth, who was in charge of Twitter trusted safety. Over 150 emails between the FBI and him directly. Some of the emails were mundane. For example, a San Francisco agent wishing him a Happy New Year, along with a reminder to attend our quarterly call next week. Others were requests for information into Twitter users related to active investigation. Hey, Happy New Year there, Yoel. By the way, don't forget, you can't miss our call, our regularly scheduled meeting with the Federal Law Enforcement Agency to talk to you about how you need to moderate the use of your site by those filthy plebs. Which is a bit shocking when you see it laid out like this by old Matt Taibbi. But I don't know. It wasn't very surprising. I figured everybody pretty much knew this is what was happening.
Yeah, but now it's like, I don't know. There's that. It's like, well, yeah, this is obviously what's happening, but it was like, this is confirmation of that, because historically it's been, no, we don't do that. No, that doesn't happen. Oh, yeah, we get requests, but it's the government and we're a private company, so we tell them you can't do this. But no, that's not what's happening.
Yeah, they were even Deputy General Counsel and former top FBI lawyer was a guy that was working directly with the group that was making the decisions on who to ban, with weekly meetings between the DHS, DOJ, FBI, and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence with Twitter officials. Very curious, Adam. It's almost like the government itself was working with one of the largest social media platforms on Earth to restrict and suppress speech in violation of your constitutional rights. Very curious indeed. And yet, Adam, mainstream media has been largely ignoring these Twitter files as it's not really news. It's not really news at all to report on these things. So no one is even really talking about it outside of like Twitter.com scuttlebutt. Very curious indeed. Almost like they don't want the word out.
Yeah. Almost like maybe they also have.
Almost like they were also
Government.
in on it.
Yeah.
In on the game. And that their preferred actors were the ones that were being persecuted by this program. This is what I thought was most egregious, and as pointed out by John Hansen, Twitter.com user. It says the FBI was nuking parody accounts. That's right. The FBI was targeting low follower accounts that may have had like a viral tweet or was just making jokes. But the FBI was targeting these accounts. Is even more infuriating when you think of the mass shooters who were quote unquote on their radar but weren't stopped. That's right. You had 80 dedicated FBI agents to Twitter trolling and eliminating misinformation, while the Colorado shooting, the Buffalo shooting, the Highland Park shooting, just to name a few, occurred, caused by individuals that the FBI had on their radar.
Yeah.
But were allowed to carry out heinous mass shooting events on American soil, while 80 agents were diligently tasked with reading Karen's posts, making jokes
About the pillow guy or whatever.
Yeah, about the pillow guy or whatever. Yes. Oh. So I don't even know what to think about that. I, like a lot of people, have been very black-pilled on law enforcement, especially the FBI. So I don't know. But it's not just the FBI, Adam. It's also pretty much government in general, which just confirms my preconceived notions and biases against them. But I loved this one. I am Andrew Bustamante, a former covert CIA intelligence officer and founder of the Everyday Espionage Training Platform. Ask me anything, he says on Reddit. To which someone asks, does the CIA use child prostitutes to control assets? I plead the fifth. The things we use to control assets are unsettling enough without going into details.
And you can see that the person who asked the question is no longer there. His account's been deactivated.
Deleted. The good guys. That's right. Are we the baddies? when we're the ones that are human trafficking children, when we're the ones that are engaging in the drug trade.
Zach, QAnon and Pizzagate are proven conspiracy theories, and they're false. They never happened.
Pizzagate didn't happen. A guy did go to a pizzeria.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, some whack job.
He went to a pizzeria and he only fired one shot, and he shot through a hard drive. And that's what I got sort of like conspiracy pilled, that guy was actually anti-Pizzagate. And he was sent there to destroy evidence of the human trafficking.
And his judge was...
Ketanji Brown Jackson, right?
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. Who, as we talked about in that episode, way back when now, like 7 episodes or whatever, but she was getting drug over the coals because she was soft on child pornography charges.
Yes, exactly.
What a slippery slope. All of this.
Oh man, it's weird how all these things are just like there, dude. Wonder if they're what a bunch of different coincidences.
Yeah, well, Occam's razor. You can't read some conspiracy into this without proof that I'll never let you collect.
Because it's guarded by ravenous raccoons.
Oh, the guy that weaponizes them. Now you're talking. You have the general come in, and in his hubris, he doesn't let the raccoons be destroyed when they're on the verge of having them rounded up and killed. He takes control and he says, I'm in control now. And he's trying to harness the power of these raccoons.
No, this is
as a weapon.
Zach. Yes, this is no. And we use
Jurassic
this
World.
like the Soviet guy, the Soviet guy who's trying to breed like a man-ape army.
Yeah.
That's how we bridge the gap to Planet of the Raccoons.
Oh, he
tries to splice the genes with raccoons and humans, and that's how they become super intelligent, not just ravenous.
He has to be an ongoing antagonist across a couple movies, and that's like the end thing. And he eventually gets killed by his own creation or whatever in the third of that arc. Yeah, but he starts out. He's just
9 or whatever.
He shows up and like the scientists are like, "We've got him. We've got it made. We can unleash this retrovirus that will, turn them all docile or whatever." And he's like, "Oh, we won't be needing your services anymore." And the scientists are escorted out of the building or whatever. Into an area that is actually open to the raccoons. Oh, it's so perfect. You can't silence us. We'll tell the press. You won't be telling anybody anything. Strike slash. Oh man. Our talents are definitely wasted here. We should be definitely writing these movies. Oh gosh, we need to pitch this. Anybody out there that knows any Hollywood movie people that might want to make this film franchise?
Who aren't pedos?
All right. Well, I guess it's never getting made. Oh. But speaking of wild animals going insane, there's been a siege at the zoo. Several chimpanzees have been gunned down by zoo officials in Sweden. Insane things are happening at Free Zoo. 4 chimpanzees gunned down after a breakout.
Where?
And Zoo.
You're like Swedish chef.
A fifth was shot, but only wounded. That's how you speak Swedish. 3 more were on the loose. Drones are used to survey the besieged zoo. After 24 hours, the bodies still litter the ground. Zoo says they were out of tranquilizers. That's right. The zoo said that they needed to gun down chimpanzees because they're out of tranquilizers. But the most amazing part was that apparently this was one of the main instigators of the incident, Santino, and he has his own Wikipedia article. Guess what his Wikipedia article is about, Adam?
I don't know.
Santino had planned hundreds of stone-throwing attacks on visitors at the zoo.
How do they know it's planned?
He's a criminal mastermind. He was planning these attacks. He probably planned this one that resulted in a standoff that is ongoing. There is a chimpanzee standoff. There are still 3 barricaded in a building running loose, and the zookeepers cannot get in to humanely capture and return them to their enclosure.
Well, they should be getting the tranquilizers by now,
They have no
right?
time. They're out. They're out of them, Adam.
It's been like over a day.
The chimpanzees are repelling raids. The zookeepers killed a baby. This is basically Monkey Waco.
Oh, man.
The time has come. Unleash the boons. And it shows a baboon with night vision tactical goggles on. Buckwald, we will keep you posted. I will look deeper into this, and we will, after this is resolved, I'll get you guys all the debrief breakdown of what happened at the chimpanzee raid at the Kazoofa Daisy in Sweden. And finally, to wrap up the night, close down the show, last segment of the evening, as always, we have our Ice Cold Fact of the Week coming to you straight from Ice-T himself. Ice Cold Fact: no matter what you post on social media, nothing will get more views than bad news, drama, and gossip. That says a lot about human nature. Shake my head. Ice Cold Fact. Ice Cold Fact. And with that, we have reached the end of episode 10, season 3 of the Triggered Podcasts. If you liked the show tonight, smash like, subscribe, and share this video with all of your friends. If you'd like, you could follow us on social media. Our social media handles are on the screen. We have at Adam S. Furman, at Zachary W. _Clark, and at Triggered_Media. Adam, here at the end of the show, do you have anything that you'd like to add?
No, I do not.
Oh, excellent use of your time on the show once again, Adam. And that's it. That's our show.
Welcome.
We'll see you next time on. Oh, they're coming! Triggered! Ah! Good night!